I actually don't. I've never. So I know what Mystery Science Theater 3000 is, but I've actually never watched it.
No, it's a classic.
It's silly.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you can see, I mean, it's on Netflix, so you can't find it. But just go watch like an episode, and just the opening sequence is absolutely, it's electric.
I heard it's great, and I know that they're working on a remake right now. Well, anyway. Welcome, everybody. This is the Make Movies Great Again podcast where we are destroying cynicism in the box office and parting the Red Sea. Welcome to our theater. My name is Matt Vieira, and here with me is Sean Abernathy.
Hello.
Sean, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Adam is not with us again, but he promises he will be on the show next week.
Sure.
But we'll see where his allegiances lie.
Priorities.
Work. What work? What is work? All right, let's jump right into it. Sean, we have a new segment we're going to be doing on the podcast.
Yep.
You're heading this up. Sean's.
Yep. It's a working title.
Okay.
It's a working title. Sean Spoiler Riddle of the Week. Okay. It's a working title. If you have any ideas, you can call in.
So what is this? What's going on here?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, it's a minimal sentence. So it's like anywhere between 3 and 9 words.
Okay.
Very small amount of clues. Okay. And you're going to tell me what movie it is by the spoiler I give you. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
It's going to be spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm going to need like the alien chime, like from the alien ship on Nostromo.
Yep.
When the aliens run around.
Spoiler alert. Yep. All right. You ready?
Spoiler alert.
Here it goes. I'm gonna give you a couple softballs there, okay? Right. He discovers he's a ghost.
Sixth Sense.
Nailed it. All right. You
Got
ready?
it. Got it.
His dad is Darth Vader.
Star Wars.
Which one?
A New Hope. Strikes Back.
I think so.
I think it's which one? I think
it's the second one.
It's Strike Back. It's Strike Back because that's the one where he fights on Cloud City. He fights him in Cloud City.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me find another one. So these are funny. Alanis Morissette is God.
I don't know.
Dogma. Shout out to Kevin Smith. You knew that.
Right, yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Kevin, thanks for listening. He dies in the freezing water.
Titanic.
Yeah. See? You got this. Some of these I don't even know.
Jack Dawson.
Here's one. Are you ready? Kevin Spacey did it.
Oh, Usual Suspects.
Okay. And there's another one. You ready for this one? Mm-hmm. Kevin Spacey did it.
American Beauty?
Maybe. Has to be. They're both the same one. It's really funny. It's really fun.
Oh,
some of these are a lot of fun.
I actually just saw a new movie with Kevin Spacey. I fucking love Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
He's so underrated.
Oh.
So
kidding
underrated.
me? Have you ever heard his impressions?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real good.
I mean, I'm a sucker for impressions. I'm one of those people.
It's an awesome talent to have to be able to do a good impression.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. Here's one. You ready? You'll never get this one.
Okay.
Old Yeller dies.
Old Yeller?
Yeah. All right.
I like these. Okay. So we're going to do a few of these each week?
Yeah, we'll do a few each week. Okay. Yep.
And if you listening out there have any good ones, you think you can stump us, call our phone number. It's 401-285-8120. I have the number written down on the whiteboard, so I will not forget anymore. It's engraved in my memory.
Perfect.
So leave us a voicemail. Again, no one's going to pick up this number, but you can leave us a voicemail. Leave us one of these Sean's Spoiler Riddle of the Week.
Working title.
And
you can also leave an idea for that if you like.
And we'll play it on the show, and we'll see if we can get your riddle.
Right.
So that's what we'll do.
Boom.
So, Sean, did you see any good trailers this week, or any since we've been on? It's been 2 weeks since our last episode. Have you noticed?
I thought
any
it was
good
3.
trailers? Has it been 3? Oh, yeah. I guess it's technically been 3 weeks.
I mean, it's
a long time ago.
I said last time I was sick. I'm still sick. I've been counting the weeks. I can't get through it. It's absolutely killing me. So there's a new Fargo teaser trailer.
Yes, saw that.
You did see that.
And
now is that the second or third?
This
season?
is the third season.
See, I have not watched that.
So this one takes place in the future. So they're all. They really have no connection to the movie. Like only small connections to the movie. Like it's in the same universe, but
right.
I think it's a different series of events. And the first 2 seasons, the first season happens. The second season is after the first season, but I believe this one is even farther in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the first since like Netflix has been doing great stuff, and now like cable TV and network TV had really been like stepping up their game for as far as TV shows go.
Yeah.
This is like the first one where I'm like watching it. I'm like, this is movie quality, like shows, like hour-long show. That's like, this whole thing could be a movie. The way it's shot, the act,
it's that good.
The caliber of acting, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
And the characters, they nail the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about this season, but I know that in the past, like with Martin Freeman, who is, right? Is that his last name? Martin Freeman. He's Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit. Isn't that his name, Martin?
Yeah, it's Martin something like
Martin
that.
Freeman?
Martin F.
Is it not? Is it not Freeman?
No,
Hold on.
I'll look it up.
Hold on. Yeah. Fact check.
Fact check.
Martin Freeman. This is. It is. It's Martin Freeman.
Yeah, Martin Freeman. I was instilling.
He's also Sherlock in The Hobbit, and he's also in the Marvel movies as well. But anyway, so he was great in I believe it was season 2, and they had Billy Bob Thornton in season 1, who was a fucking lunatic. Great show.
Spoiler alert: he must die since you didn't say he was in season 2 as well.
The storylines are passing. Are ever passing.
Excuse me. I gotta watch
He could
that.
be in jail.
I love the movie. I gotta watch it. Another one, kind of a different take on what maybe you're used to talking about. It's called Burden. It's about an artist from I think the 70s or 80s.
Never heard of it.
Really intense. Like
movie, TV show?
It's a movie.
Okay.
But it's a documentary.
Okay.
And it's about a performance artist from the 70s who kind of revolutionized the way we look at performance art. I don't know much about it. He may have even invented it, but it looks really like he did a lot of intense things, some squeamish type things. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, okay.
But then it shows some really cool art pieces that he did. But I'm into those documentaries. That's something that's going to be at the Cable Car Cinema probably down in Providence. One of those type of documentaries.
Yeah.
Have you talked about the new Wonder Woman trailer?
I have the newest one. No, we haven't talked about that yet.
Oh, okay.
Did you see it?
Well, you tweeted at me. Themyscira.
Yes.
Did I even say it right?
No. So, Themyscira.
Okay.
I believe is how you pronounce it. But I remember last time I was like, it's this word. It's a real thing. This is where they're from. But, so the comic books that I have been reading recently, since the DC Rebirth, and I don't know if we went into that, but that's another story for another day. The DC Rebirth, it's like a reset of a lot of the main DC storylines in comic books. It just happened, and the Wonder Woman arc is basically, from what I'm gathering from seeing the trailers, it's basically the arc of what the movie's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what the third act will be, like as far as like who the villain will be. They still haven't really like released any of that, which is good. But it's kind of like she lives in this great, wonderful place on this island, and then army dude shows up, Steve. Fuck's his last name anyway? Not Rogers, but Steve, and
can't remember.
She wins this like they do like these fucking like Scottish lawn like the
feats of strength,
the feats of strength and stuff like that, and like she wins, and so she has the honor to take him back to America.
Oh,
and so that's how she comes into the world of like mortals.
And you got all that from a trailer.
Well, comic books in the trailer.
That's
where I think it's going.
That's where I'm lost. Yeah.
So, because it follows along very closely.
Sorry to be coming up with all of these, but another one, Baby Driver. You saw that movie.
That's the one I was going to say.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody step off.
No. I think that is it. It's so unfortunate because, and this is going to sound like such a movie snob thing, but I had the honor and the glory to see this movie without having seen a trailer beforehand, and I think I was better for it. I really didn't go. So I went to South by Southwest, for those of you who don't know, and I saw some movies, 21 in 5 days to be exact.
That's ridiculous.
So
is that too much?
It's not too much.
Not enough?
I want to see more. I want to see more. I want to do a solid. I mean, I think I could probably get up to 30 next year.
More days, or
I'd have to probably do more days because you can really only see 4 in a day.
Yeah.
But I somehow squeezed like an extra.
And you remember all of them?
I remember all of them. It's when you see them like that, you have because basically you go see a movie and then you have to get back in line for another movie. So while you're in line, and I didn't go with anybody, so it was just me and my thoughts for the most part. Or like sometimes I talk to people in line, so you'd have like time to like be pensive about
analyze.
what you just saw. Yeah, exactly. So, but It was the second night of the film festival. The first night I saw Alien, which is not a new movie.
How was that?
It was so cool to see.
Show you the new movie, right?
Well, they showed 15 minutes of the new one. What?
Like the first 15?
No. It was like a mix. They showed like what seemed like maybe like Did you see like the little prologue thing they did?
Yeah.
So it was like it picks up right after that. They showed us 10 minutes of that, of them like basically landing on the planet, the new planet. And then they showed another scene with, I'm not going to give it away, but this is a show another scene. It was like 15 minutes of total new stuff.
That's cool.
But then Ridley Scott, and then they showed the 1979 Alien, it was the original cut. It was so fucking awesome to see it on the big screen. It was so cool. And it was still as like thrilling and suspenseful as like seeing it for the first time, which was really cool. But anyway, second night, Baby Driver.
Yeah.
I got in line for it because when you see... I actually wrote a blog post about this. When you see the movies in the South by Southwest listing, you see a picture, a screenshot.
I saw those
director. You see the director. You see a little synopsis of what the movie's about, and then you see like maybe like a short list of the cast members. So I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, Edgar Wright. I'm like, I like this thing. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. He did a lot of. He works with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost a lot, but Simon Pegg was not in this, Nick Frost is not in this, but I looked at the cast and Ansel Elgort, who's the guy from The Fault in Our Stars, I believe. He's like a newcomer.
He's the main character.
He's the main character.
Okay, yeah. That's where I recognized him from.
And then also Jamie Foxx, John Bernthal, who was the Punisher and Shane on The Walking Dead, and John Hamm, and Kevin Spacey.
Right.
Fantastic cast.
That's awesome.
Really, really fantastic cast. The movie was awesome. The benefit of not seeing the trailer, because then that night after the movie premiered at South by Southwest, the world premiere, they released the trailer online, like the second it ended. So there was like a lot of chatter online about it, and then they released the trailer, and I looked at the trailer, and it made sense to me that the trailer really does portray how awesome the movie is, but I think it gives away a few too many little awesome things that going into it fresh, I was like, oh shit, that was awesome. So do
you think that's because you knew what those scenes meant? So it felt spoiled to you?
It doesn't spoil anything about it doesn't really spoil anything about the plot, I guess. But there's like certain like spots, like in wrestling they call it spots when something big happens. Like one of the sections of the movie was like, you see it. You saw the trailer?
Yeah.
You saw the trailer when the WRX goes by it does like a half drift and then goes backwards. And
yeah.
But like that was in the movie. Like that's like it's in the movie, and obviously. And the whole crowd went bananas because no one had seen that before. So when he fucking is going down this alley and he sees this like truck backing up in front of him, like you don't know how he's gonna get out of it, and he does this fucking ridiculous wheelman move and like gets out of it. So that kind of stuff. It was cool to see it with like that crowd, and I don't know.
So not too much like the Transporter.
What? It's not like the Transporter. Okay. He's not a badass like the Transporter is. Okay. Like he's not gonna get out of the car and start beating people's asses. This kid, Baby.
Well, his name's Baby. Yeah. Although that might make him.
It's just the movie's so charming and really like, just like really satisfying, really charming, and like the way they do. It has like this, and the same thing that La La Land. Did you see La La Land?
No.
Okay, you didn't see
I
La La
need
Land.
to.
But anyway, La La Land has this really charming nature about it.
I could see that.
Where it's the 21st century and shot in present day, but it has this like 1950s like charm to it. Where like one of the parts doesn't give anything away. Like Emma Stone's waiting outside Ryan Gosling's waiting outside the movie theater for a date with Emma Stone, and like he's just waiting. Like, where is she? But like nowadays, you'd be like texting and you'd be calling, but like it has this like really it's the cool stuff. So I think that this has this in spades, and it's funny, and the action is fucking awesome, and the cast is great. Kevin Spacey is underrated. I'm sorry, this is just a trailer of the week.
One more, the Defenders teaser came out.
I did not see that.
Okay,
so explain it to me.
So it's just like clips from I think all of the series, and it's just like the word Defenders.
Iron Fist came out last week.
So it's complete. Yeah. So have you watched all those?
Yes.
So I hear Jessica Jones is awesome. Yeah. I watched The Flash.
Flash is not a part of it.
Oh, it's not at all. No. Okay, good, because that was terrible.
So Flash, the CW Flash.
Yes, but it has they have a new movie coming out, Flash.
That doesn't have a director yet.
Okay, yeah, which we've talked about, but that's what's going to be in the. That's what's going to be in the.
Defenders, no.
Oh, it's not.
No, Defenders is Marvel, so Flash and DC.
Oh, Flash is DC. Okay.
It's no, you're thinking of Daredevil. You're thinking of Daredevil.
Okay, I was okay.
They wear very similar.
Yeah.
It's it's all the Netflix shows. It's Daredevil, it's Luke Cage, it's Jessica Jones, and now Iron Fist.
Okay,
those are the four that are going to be the Defenders.
Do you like Luke Cage?
I thought the soundtrack was better than the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four episodes in, it's like kind of picking up now. But
I don't know what it was because I liked the villains. I liked Cottonmouth, and I liked Who's the other guy? It's another snake name.
Diamondback.
Yeah, Diamondback.
But Luke Cage is too overpowered.
Way too overpowered and really played out. It's like, okay.
Yeah, just...
Like, the thing is, like, Jessica Jones is all... Did you see Jessica Jones?
No, but I've read about it.
She's also super strong.
Yeah, but she doesn't, like...
And she has, like, mind shit.
Yeah. But, I don't know. It's just... Luke just seemed like they were just dragging it on. He could have just walked in and beat the crap out of him.
I just thought... I'm on episode 3 of Iron Fist. And overall, this show's got a really bad review.
Yeah.
It's, like, been shit on by everybody. And I'm starting to see where they're coming from. Because it's not... The writing is not good. Yeah. But I'm starting to come around to, like, the whole idea of it. And I feel like I have to watch it because I know I'm going to watch The Defenders. And I know I really love Daredevil and all... You know, basically
Daredevil was good.
But Daredevil was... The 2 seasons of Daredevil was awesome.
And Jessica Jones.
Season 2 of Daredevil, they took a side character, the Punisher, and created... Yeah. He has his own... He's going to have his own show now. Yeah. And I'm sure he'll be in The Defenders as well. That's all... And Elektra as well. So...
But they're bringing the Defenders into the main Marvel universe.
It's not confirmed yet, but I really hope they do, and I think I know how they're going to do it.
Okay.
They got to get one of, like, the C-list superheroes to come into the Netflix world. That superhero being Hawkeye. Hawkeye is the perfect bridge. Hawkeye's the perfect bridge.
Yeah.
If Hawkeye shows up in the streets of Hell's Kitchen,
and
with those guys and, like, helps out Daredevil or something, it's the instantly perfect way to do it.
It's a good bridge, yeah.
The shows are good. Like, I'll go back to talking about Fargo. These are like movie quality, like cinema. Like, they're done really well. They're not. It's not cheap. It's not like The Flash on the CW or Arrow.
My God.
It's like, but those. It's just like those shows. They don't have a shot when it comes to the CGI department because they just don't have the budget to do 30-minute episodes with these giant. But these Netflix shows coming from Marvel and Disney, they do.
Got it.
So.
I mean, they're in New York too, so you know you can always see our local, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It's true. That might not be a bad one either.
He's only across the water.
He's really He's Queens, right?
Queens,
yeah. So Iron Fist is like off to a rocky start, but also I don't want like the reviews to cloud my mind, even though I feel like they probably are.
The reviews of Iron Fist,
yeah. It's just like some of the writing's cheesy. I don't think the guy who's playing Iron Fist really fits. That's one of the biggest things. He's not believable. Yeah. He's not a very good actor. It's Lancel Tyrell. Game of Thrones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you don't recognize him without the
right.
thing in his okay. Or a dick in his mouth.
We'll bleep that out. We'll bleep that out. You'll bleep that out.
Okay. All right. So, the fastest minute in movie news is going to get it's going to get axed this week. It's not going to be a full thing. There's really only two big things because really only one. The other thing is like this just frustrating thing. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been confirmed by James Gunn.
I didn't know that.
This is big for two reasons. One, because it's awesome that we're getting a third Guardians of the Galaxy, which is probably going to hit in between Infinity War 1 and whatever they call the second movie. The second big Avengers movie.
But wasn't James Gunn said he was all about doing his own storylines?
Yeah,
so it's probably not going to be.
But I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to have. I think there's going to be time gap in between the first and second Infinity Wars movie. I think there's going to be some big struggle at the end of the first one that like fucks up the whole Marvel universe, and I think that a lot of the heroes are going to be on their own. I think some will die. So I think that this is a time where the Guardians can still do their own, do their own thing. And the second reason why this is big is because this is the first time that a director has done more than two Marvel movies. Jon Favreau did Iron Man 1 and 2. He never did 3. But this will be the first time that he has control over... A director has control over the same franchise 3 different times.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting, and I think it speaks a lot about... I mean, James Gunn said that the Volume 3 is happening. They're writing it. I assume that he would still be attached to it as the director because it sounds like he wants to be, and I don't think that Marvel's going to take that away from him because I don't think they would have. You know what I mean?
So him as a director isn't confirmed, but probably
it's probably going to happen. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is confirmed, and he confirms it. So it's and he really is excited about doing Volume 3. You can really tell, and I thought he's done a great job so far with Guardians. So the first one was awesome, and the second one, I'm sure it looks great. I'm sure it'll be good. So that's it. And then Ben Affleck came out with he came out of rehab. I'm getting really the DCU is really fucking up real big time. It's I guess this isn't really the DCU's fault. Ben Affleck going to rehab, but the whole thing
you're great,
they cannot control the message. I was tweeting this out while I was at South by Southwest. I don't know if you saw this. The DC cannot control their message. They should not have all these instances of directors coming on and then directors leaving and then coming back with Matt Reeves. He was on, then he was off, then he was on. Just hold the story until something definite happens. Yeah. Same thing with all the directors for the Flash movie. Do you really need to let people know that you had 4 different directors come in and interview the job and not get it or decide not to be in it? Yeah. You need to control your stories better. And nobody actually knows what's happening. Some people think Ben Affleck is not going to be Batman anymore. Some people think he's going to be Batman, but now he's not writing the stories anymore. Some people think that he's going to direct and act, and he said he doesn't want to direct anymore. It's nobody knows what the story is, and DC's not controlling the story at all. And as a good public relation standard, you should control what comes out of your company.
Absolutely.
And so everybody knows straight what the fuck is happening. So that's frustrating. So there's he put a Facebook out about his rehab story, but I will not read that. But you can check it out. It's all over the internet. It was a Facebook and Twitter thing.
I saw that on your notes, but I didn't see that happen.
I guess he was in rehab. I don't know what it means I'm sure it doesn't mean anything for him playing this in the Batman movies and the Justice League, because I'm sure that he's already filmed what he needs to film. But
best of luck to Ben personally.
Yeah. DC. I tell you, I'm still the head of the Ben Affleck fan club. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Ben.
Thanks for your time. Okay, so now let's get into the meat of this episode.
All right, the meat.
So the reason why we brought you all here today is because we consider the theater a holy place, or at least I do. I feel like Sean feels the same way.
Love the movie theater,
and I know that Adam feels the same way as well. Movie theater is great. I love to see movies, but there's a certain etiquette that you need to follow when you go see a movie.
Oh yeah.
In the theater, and so we're gonna go through we don't know what each other put, so we could have some of the same ones.
Probably
we could have some different ones.
Probably do.
So Sean, kick it off. Do your first one.
All right, here we go.
Do your first one.
This is my first one, and although they're not all in order, this is my most important one. Okay. So if I was etching it into stone, this would be my number one.
This would be number one.
Thou shalt not sit directly in front of thy co-viewer if there are plenty of seats in the goddamn theater.
Yes.
Tell me I'm wrong.
So you're saying if you're sitting there, do not sit right in front.
It's not opening weekend.
Yeah.
It's not, you
don't need to be doing it.
Somebody comes and sits down, I want to put my feet up.
I'm totally with you on that. That's a really good one. I don't have that one actually.
Wow.
But I do cherish that. I do like having an empty seat in front of me.
I'm conscious of it. If I walk in, I'm not going to sit in front of somebody. In fact, I'll put a seat in between me and somebody, even if they're behind me.
Yeah.
A seat to the right, so that.
So would you do a seat in between, even if it's your friends, or do you sit all next to your friends?
Oh, no, I sit next to my friends.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't care about sitting next to each other in a row. I know some people that like to, if there's room, everybody spread out. But sometimes I like to, you say a little something in between. You like to hear everybody's reactions. So sit next to each other. But in front of, if you can, just don't sit in front of somebody. Just don't.
No.
You don't want that. They don't want that. Just don't do it. No. I agree. I actually don't have that one.
Needless seat kicking.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do all these in Thou Shalt and stuff?
A lot of them.
Okay, because
I actually did a few of them that are I looked at the original commandments.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And I tried to mimic them.
All right.
So I'll do one. I'll do one now.
Sure.
I promise this isn't a jab at you. I had this on him before you came over today.
So I have a feeling it's a jab.
It's not. It's not. I promise.
Oh,
Thou shalt not.
I think I know where this is going.
Thou shalt not go to the theater while nursing a cold.
Oh,
is that what you think? Is that what you thought it was
no,
going?
that was not it. Oh, that's funny.
I promise it's not a jab at you. This is the first one I had written down. This is the first one. Because, number one, I don't care if I catch a cold from you. I Don't care.
Yeah.
What I really mean by this is I don't want to hear you sniffling and coughing and sneezing through the movie.
Yep.
I don't care.
Or
if it's once or twice, I understand. Like if you're sipping your popcorn, if you're eating popcorn, you sip your soda, you cough.
Inhale a little bit. Yeah.
It's one thing. If you're coughing and sniffling, it's really sniffling. If you're sniffling the whole movie, I want you gone. I want you out of there. Because it's like very sensitive. I can hear it.
You're not enjoying it. The person who's coughing is not enjoying it.
Just wait until you're better and then go out to the movies. Just don't do it.
So I'm sorry I'm coughing that.
No, this is fine. This is fine. This is not the holy land of cinema world.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, go for it.
Thou shalt covet thy neighbor's popcorn. Share your popcorn. Share your popcorn.
Okay.
All right.
Like that.
You buy popcorn. You're not having it all yourself. You share it. You shouldn't have to ask your neighbor, "Can I have some popcorn?" It's the team's popcorn, unless it's a stranger.
Yeah,
it's the team. You buy popcorn. It's the team's popcorn.
I like that a lot. That's a good one. So I have one in the same vein, the same written way. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's seat. No saving seats. I will not have it. If it's opening weekend, you get to the theater on time with your group and you get to your seats. I can't stand when I go into a packed theater and I'm looking for seats and I see those 2 seats up there and the movie's about to start and I'm going to sit down and they say, no, sorry, like these seats are saved.
Yeah.
I will add a small caveat. If you get to the theater and you get inside the theater and you put your jacket down on the seat or whatever, something, popcorn, something, and you get up and you have to go use the bathroom before the movie starts, I will allow it.
Yeah.
The person's in the bathroom.
Well, you were there. You have to go to the bathroom.
You got your seat. But if you're waiting for people still to come in the theater, you can't save those seats.
All right. So you're saying be on time, get in your seat.
Don't have a cold.
No, but just for this one,
share your popcorn.
Okay. No, but for this one, I want to focus more on this because I have one that we may disagree on, and I'll say it right now.
Okay.
Thou shalt always buy a ticket for your friend who isn't at the theater yet.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But once everybody has to have a ticket, then you go in the theater.
Yes.
Okay.
I would
leave
say
it at roll call.
I think there's 2 things here. I think you either leave it at will call and the seat is up for you guys go in. The seat is up for grabs.
But you're not necessarily sitting together.
No, you don't have to stick together.
Got it.
Or you wait for them in the lobby and you all get your tickets and you go into the theater together. Those are the two options.
Buy the team popcorn and walk in.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll go on for another one. You shall make no idols. This is actually a direct. This is actually a direct commandment from Moses' 10 Commandments.
We'll make sure we put that in the bibliography at the end of this podcast.
And so this one is to the illegal downloading of movies.
Whoa.
So
this may not be popular with some of our viewers.
That's fine. I have never once watched it. No, I'm not going to say that. In recent time, I'll say within the last 10 years, I have not watched an illegally downloaded movie that I have not already paid to see or that I already own on Blu-ray.
Okay.
So
you're not
I'm just saying I'm not a fan of the
Kodu. What's the name of that app? You can get on your TV or whatever.
Oh, Roku.
No. It's like Kodi.
Oh, I don't know.
It's something where it's like the day of you can get it on.
This is more of a pet peeve rather than like something you shouldn't do. I don't care about illegal. I was one of the first people that was downloading fucking illegal music back in the day. Like as soon as I figured out how to do that, I was doing it. Same thing with movies, a little bit here and there. The big thing for me, the pet peeve is, I can't understand why someone would want to watch a new movie illegally downloaded on a TV in your house when you have the opportunity to go out to this giant theater with professional grade quality and see it on the big screen.
Yep.
So you shall not make no idols in downloaded movies. You should go to the theater and worship the way it was meant to be seen. So, and save your at-home watching for when the DVD comes out. Okay.
I like that one.
You got another one?
Yeah. Always stay for the credits of a Marvel movie.
I have.
Is that what it is?
Mine is thou shalt not get up before the end credits of a Marvel movie. Very good.
Wow. All right, so we're on the same page there.
Yep. That's for obvious reasons. You never know what they're going to throw you at the end of the movie. I think it's good practice to sit for even just a little bit of the credits in a normal movie as well, just because, The Best Boy and The Grip,
look,
they did stuff.
That was the second part I deleted earlier.
Really?
Like, The Grip did hard work. They deserve your attention, too.
The makeup artist did hard work. The visual effects guys, especially...
And we're not blowing smoke right now. We're serious.
No, especially in a Marvel movie, how many CGI artists there are and things like that. They work hard. Rotoscoping and, like, cutting out little tiny things frame by frame. They deserve your attention. So not only for the extra stuff, but you should just sit and see, like...
Although I'm pretty sure that people in Transformers just threw a bunch of stuff together and spun it around in a circle fast enough where your brain just put it together for you.
That's a lot of what the new John Wick movie is, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unfortunate because the first one, I still really enjoyed the second John Wick, but the first John Wick, you could see the action developing and see, like, through in his entire fight scene. There was a lot more quick, intimate cuts.
Yeah. Got it.
It went the way of like the some cliche like action movies, but I know exactly what you're saying in Transformers. Yeah. Although, did you see the new trailer for the new Transformers?
No.
Just saying, it looks pretty good.
All right. Is that the Bumblebee one? The Bumblebee one?
The Bumblebee. Yeah. Okay, getting up during a movie is reserved for only the most extreme bathroom emergencies.
Or like you lost an arm.
Yes, or there's a this is too real, but there's a murderer in the theater and you have to leave. Yeah. That's the only reason. Your arm falls off, or you have to take a giant dump. Yeah. It's like an emergency. It's diarrhea. That's your only options. None of this getting up and going out and taking a call. Watch the movie.
I don't want to be the hero right now, but I will say that one time I brought a fifth of vodka into Silver Linings Playbook. And, like, one of those big-ass Cokes, or whatever, Sprite or something, mixed it. And that final dance scene was, like, torture. But I fucking waited for the credits. Damn it. I didn't get up.
You're a hero.
I waited.
You're the best of us.
Listen, it was, like, opening season. Yeah. It was opening weekend. I was sitting, like, toward the front. I did not want to ruin everybody else's experience. So, I killed my bladder. But, anyways, well... Pat on the back there.
Yeah, that's not hey.
All right, is it my turn? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. I feel very strongly about this one. Actually, I'm going to wait for that one.
How many more do you have left?
I have 3.
3 left. Okay.
Sorry, 2 more. Thou shalt steer. This is not the one I feel strongly about, although I do feel pretty big about this one. Don't sit in the front section.
Okay. We disagree on this.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? That little front section? Yeah. Like that afterthought?
Yes.
I don't need to be right in the center. I don't need to be center point, like front to back, left to right.
Sure.
I don't need that.
But you just want to be in the stadium section.
Front row, front stuff is terrible.
Section is terrible. I'll tell you why I disagree.
Please.
I don't think it's the best vantage point for watching a movie. Okay. I think that sometimes if you get too close, your neck can hurt. You have to move your eyes to see the whole screen. First world problems.
Yeah.
But when I sit down in the front row, the slightly sloping seats instead of stadium seats, it brings me back to like early days of me going to the movie theater. It reminds me of Cinema World. Yeah. It reminds me of Apple Valley.
Yeah, I can see that.
So,
or you know what? Just go to East Providence.
Oh, the Avon?
No, East Providence. Is
it like a regular theater chain? They have like regular seats.
Yeah. Oh. It's movies that just left the main movie theater,
really,
for like $2.
Really?
Yeah, and it's Apple Valley.
Oh, I'll check it out. It's not called the Avon.
No, it's not the Avon. It's not. No, not the East Side.
I mean, not the Avon. Shit, what's it called? Castle?
No. That one's closed too. I'll look it up real quick.
Anyway, but that's one reason. It's just do you remember when stadium seating started becoming a thing?
I remember it being amazing, and I never wanted to go back to anything else.
Fine. I prefer the stadium seating more, but if I have to sit down in the front row, I'll be the first. If I feel like the up is too crowded and I'm going to be too far to one end, I'd rather get the middle seat, or towards the middle seat of the bottom row. I won't sit in the first row. I probably won't sit in the second row, but I'll sit towards the back of
the last row of the front section?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe like I'll do that. Yeah. Okay.
The only problem with that then is, too, you have to worry about if there's some tall-ass, goofy guy in front of you that is going to block the screen from you. Yeah. So.
I hear you. East Providence, 10 cinemas.
10 cinemas?
Because in East Providence it has 10 cinemas. Okay. But I think
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Oh, trim the fat, like $2.
That's awesome.
Movies that just left. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I think I'll go check that out.
So I have one more. Do you have one more?
I do have one more. So you do yours, and then I'll do mine.
Okay. Stop buying tickets to 3D movies.
Amen to
Stop.
that. Amen, Sean.
Just
Bread,
stop.
butter, ice, water. What is the movie equivalent to our busboy prayer?
We need to come up with that.
So when me and Sean used to be busmen,
Men.
our prayer that we used to say to the other bus men and boys and girls was bread, butter, ice, water, amen. Because that's what we
doing
did. Doing the sign of the cross.
The sign of the
bread,
cross.
Butter, ice,
bread,
water,
butter,
amen.
ice, water, amen.
So for this one, I don't know what
we have
it
to
would be,
come.
but
Next week.
amen to you, Sean, for that one.
We'll have that to
that's
you
what I'm
next
doing.
week.
And have you noticed that 3D movies are not really that popular anymore?
So was I just looking at it, and in the Providence Place Cinema, there's an IMAX regular version of Beauty and the Beast?
And yeah.
Awesome. Love IMAX. Stop it with the 3D.
So
Dead.
the big thing too, I think now is when you see ads for movies, they do not advertise 3D anymore. It used to be come see My Bloody Valentine in 3D. I only say that because that was one of the first ones I remember that was in 3D.
I remember my Final Destination.
Yes. There was like
They had shit
3D,
pointing at you. It's like, oh, okay.
So it's like they were advertising like that, but now they just advertise the movie like how they've done it forever.
Yeah.
And when you go to the theater, there's 3D showtimes and there's regular showtimes, and there's a lot of both. So I think they're in the right direction because I think it was a fad.
It was fun while it lasted.
I'd rather go into a theater and watch a movie without glasses on my face.
Right. Or just maybe your regular glasses if you have glasses. Not to discriminate against
not discriminate against glasses, but that's even worse if you have glasses and they make you put the fuck that shit.
It's ridiculous.
No. So,
stop buying tickets, they'll stop making them. Thank you.
I agree.
And that's it from me.
And my last one is, and this is kind of like we with all of our commandments, we've kind of beat around this, but you shall make no noise. Silence your phones.
Yeah.
Don't overly talk to your neighbor. It's fine to react. It's fine to laugh in a movie. It's fine to gasp. But
we're trying to
no
get lost.
talking.
Yep.
No, especially not on your phone.
No.
No texting with a bright light from your phone. That's it. Just make no noise. You're in it there. Enjoy it. You don't. At that point in time, you have nothing else you could possibly be doing, except for sitting in that theater and watching the movie.
Yeah, or don't go to the movie theaters.
Or don't go.
If it's so important.
So that's our commandment. So if you have any commandments that you would like to add to our list that we haven't said already, you can call and leave us a voicemail, 401-285-8120. I will keep shoving this number down your throat until someone fucking calls. The voicemail number is 401-285-8120. Call and leave us a voicemail and tell us your commandment for going to the movie theater. And we'll play it on the podcast next week, and we'll give you a shout-out. If you don't have a phone, you can always hit us up on Twitter. But if you don't have a phone, then I'm sure you don't have internet connection either. But Twitter, we're on @MakeMoviesGreat because we couldn't fit again. So it's @MakeMoviesGreat. So that's our commandments. Sean, do you have any recommendations for people to be watching stuff this week?
All right, so
watching or reading. I see your thing here.
Okay.
I'm interested. Is it what I think it is? Okay.
Well, it's for those of you wondering. Is it? Okay, so I thought it was comic book recommendations. I just put the funny papers.
Okay,
I don't know shit about comic books.
How me and Adam started doing it? We started doing it just as a movie or book a movie or comic book recommendation. Then Adam started giving regular book recommendations. So we're just doing it's a movie or a book recommendation, or if you have both.
Yep. Okay. So Mystery Science Theater 3000. Watch it. Give it a chance.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It is hilarious.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Got anything else?
How about you?
Dave Chappelle's new comedy special.
Oh, that came out today.
Is on Netflix today. And if I wasn't I'm not really engrossed in Iron Fist. I feel like I have to watch it.
You need to finish it now, yeah.
But I will be watching Dave Chappelle very soon, if not later tonight. Also, for books, I happen to be reading a book right now that is particularly good.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars Legends book. Now, Legends is the storyline of Star Wars that isn't canon.
It's not canon.
It still follows all the rules of Star Wars universe, but it's not canon, and it's actually the first book in chronological order in the Star Wars universe of books.
Oh, really?
It's called Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void.
Oh.
And it follows...
That's one title.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah, Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void.
Holy shit.
So it follows Lannery Brock, who is a Jedi Ranger. She basically patrols the galaxy,
Looking for more
Anything needs to
Jedis.
And she gets called in for this like special task. And anyway, the story is about this task she has to go on. And it's actually really awesome. She doesn't have a lightsaber. She has a sword.
Oh.
Yeah. A sword that can, like, it can do all the same things that a lightsaber does except for cut through things.
Was it like Mandalorian?
Yes. It's they haven't said it, but they allude to it. So I think it's going to be, like, towards the end of the... It's funny because there's, like, Jedi's not spelled the same.
Wow.
This is 10,000 years before New Hope.
Is it J-E-H?
It's Jaidii. Jedi or something. Hold on. But,
The Jedi.
It's something like that. It's like,
huh?
Yeah, but anyway,
But you say Jedi really when you read. I bet
you say Jedi when you read. I mean, it's just another. It's like phonetically you say it like Jedi too. The way it's printed. So, but it's a great book, and I actually have. When I went to the bookstore to get this one, it was actually right after we saw Rogue One. I went to Barnes & Noble, and I was like, I need to be reading Star Wars books. And I went to go buy Catalyst, which is the Rogue One story. But I was like, let me start from the beginning. So I went and I bought.
Yeah,
actually,
you bought the beginning,
the first book and the second book. So
there is an order. There's not just like some random.
There's inside of the books actually. I was like, how am I gonna know where to start? Look inside the first book jacket. It shows you all the titles. One side is Legends. Obviously. One side is canon. There's not that many canon books.
Whoa.
I mean, obviously, it's only really the ones that made it to movies.
I own the original trilogy and those hardcover.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
like
cool.
The ones that they put out and totally tricked me into buying old books.
Oh,
again.
yeah, I have the
covers.
Iliad and the Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I have way more than that. It totally got me.
I do have a pretty good collection.
Totally
of them.
got me.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I actually saw they have the Star Wars the original Star Wars trilogy written in Shakespeare. Like, I'm doing air quotes, written in Shakespearean language. Like it's like you're reading a Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
But it's with all the fancy words and like it's really funny.
It's
like the titles are done. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah,
the titles are different.
Yeah.
It's like instead of like I don't even know what, but it's like instead of Return of the Jedi, it's like Returneth of the it's like something like that.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I've been reading the. I really want to like kind of like read all the Star Wars books. So right here, Return of the Jedi, Dawn of the Jedi, Into the Void. So it's weird because in the title it's spelled the Jedi, the regular spelling, and the way it's spelled in the book, the Jedi Order, it's spelled JE''DAII.
I can see that Jedi.
The Jedi Order.
Yeah. Okay.
So I really don't know why. I don't know yet why it changes, why the name changes or whatever. But
how many years in advance is it supposed to be? Do you know? Is it like
in this
1,000?
book?
Yeah, like is it between that and like Luke?
Right now, it's only been the course of like from it like flashes back from when Lannery is a child. So like
but
10 or 11.
Is this like 1,000 years before Luke?
This is 10,000 years before New Hope.
Okay.
So it's it's like 10,000 years before Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So this is a very long time ago.
Yeah.
In a galaxy far, far away, but somehow still in the future.
Right.
That's really I like that. That's really cool. I like to do that.
It still says that.
But anyway, yeah.
Big funny if it said present day. Present day. 10,000 years ago. Before,
all right. Well, I think that's it for today. You got anything else you want to?
I don't, but I have the song that I want to go out on.
Okay.
We alluded to how good the soundtrack to Luke Cage is.
Do it up.
And this scene in one of the first few episodes pumped me up.
All right, guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus. Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Ghostface, catch the blast of a hype verse. My clock burst, leaving a hearse. I did worse. I come rough, jump like an elephant tusk. Your head rush, fly like Egyptian musk. Aw shit, Wu-Tang Clan sparked the Wixen. However, I mastered a trick just like Nixon, causing terror.